Hello guys, welcome. I am Samantha the Introvert, and today I want to give you my personal recap on episode 6 of PitBabe series 2. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, in episode 6, it starts off very strong because it's here where Charlie saw Babe in an exposing situation, and Babe saw how upset Charlie is and trying to calm Charlie while trying to explain the situation. But it didn't really calm Charlie. To make it worse, Willie made the situation even worse, and Charlie snapped and punched Willie, which obviously, in my opinion, he deserved that. I did hate that Babe is trying to calm Charlie when Babe was the one who was clearly molested by Willie. When Charlie walked out, Babe followed like a tail, and Charlie then confronted Babe, asking why he never told him about this plan and why he let this Willie do these things to him. Charlie didn't give Babe this chance to explain and then asked why he chose to take the ring off. Again, Charlie never gave Babe the chance to explain. But then again, to be honest, Babe had a lot of time to tell Charlie about this, but he didn't. Charlie then revealed that he knew about Babe following Willie on Instagram and messaging each other. Meanwhile, Willie out here just enjoying the view of what he has caused. Charlie then decided to take his ring off and give it to Babe because it's clear that Babe does not want to be in this relationship. When Babe got home, he noticed Charlie didn't go home or come from wherever he is the next day, so Babe got worried and trying to call Charlie. Babe went to the lab to see if Charlie went there, even asking Chris, but Chris is giving too much attitude, and eventually Babe finds out that Charlie never came to the lab. Then Babe went to Alan to check if Charlie came there, but he didn't. When Alan asked about the issue, Babe told Alan that Charlie caught Babe with Willie, and when Babe said that, Alan got angry for Charlie's sake. Babe admits that what or how he did things was wrong, but he also wants Charlie to come back to him because he doesn't want to lose the love of his life. Meanwhile, Charlie had Jeff help him move temporarily in a condo. Charlie never hides anything from Jeff, so now Jeff is telling his takes to Charlie and how he feels Babe is feeling on the entire thing. Jeff really letting Charlie know how much he got Babe very lonely, but it doesn't justify what Babe did was not careless, right? I love that the bottoms are protecting the bottoms and the tops are doing the same thing. Babe then went to the bar to drink because he is feeling lonely and sad, and then came the reason for the entire problem. Willie sure know how to just not give up, even when told to leave, but instead of leaving, he tries to rope Babe in by telling Babe he will give Babe what he wants all along. Willie knows how to get under Babe's skin and everyone's skin, and he's doing it good. Even though Charlie's at the condo, he still worries about Babe, so he checks on Babe with the surveillance camera he has set up in Babe's house. Even though Charlie sees how drunk Babe is, he's seeing that Babe is calling and texting him, but he refused to answer or reply to any of it. Then Babe came to the garage and Alan can see how Babe is not sleeping well. Babe then said he will call police to find Charlie because he is worried, but Jeff indicated to Babe that he doesn't need to be calling the police and refuses to tell Babe where Charlie is. Then Charlie came to prove that he is okay and but he refused to talk to Babe. Charlie tries to leave and tell Babe he doesn't want to speak to Babe, but that got Babe emotional and clingy, and Alan had to help to break Babe from Charlie. Then it got even intense because Charlie said that Babe only thought of himself when solving things and that he felt Babe was never going to tell him about Willie. But then Babe admits to Charlie that he shouldn't have done these extended things as a mission, but also Charlie must understand that he wants the same thing as Charlie and that He wants everything to end as well. Babe also expressed to Charlie that he made him feel lonely and Charlie only ever cares about going to the lab and never have time for him. Pavin really can act out here. Anyways, Babe said that the most Charlie ever paid attention to him was when they were never in a relationship, which was in season 1 of PitBabe. Then you have this motherfucker. He says he doesn't want to be in a relationship with Pete, but he out here being sexually seductive and wearing the man's clothes, which Pete has no problem with. But what I do not like is when Chris started talking about Babe and Charlie's situation to Pete. He said he doesn't care about their situation, but yet you're talking about their situation to someone that you don't even care about. They were out in the field practicing, and it is evident that Charlie is putting his personal matters into the entire thing. They then tell Charlie that they can't practice with all these emotions. Charlie then said that he doesn't want to do this anymore and he left. Charlie then went to the lab, but due to his pressure and everything else skyrocketed, he can't do the experiment, even though Charlie said he is okay and he can do it. Charlie then tries to convince Chris he is okay and even asking Chris to up the dosage on the experiment, but Chris says it is very dangerous to Charlie's body. Pete, who heard everything and what Charlie requested, strongly goes against everything. It's because it could do very damage on Charlie or even worse. Kristen advises Charlie to go home and rest because it is obvious his personal relationship problem is causing these irresponsible thinking. Meanwhile, Kim out here playing house with Kenta and Kenta is being a very good boy. But since it's Korean food and Kenta is Thai, he doesn't know how to eat the dish that Kim made. He has to watch Kim. Kim sees and notices and offers to feed Kenta the first bite. This was the cure that Kenta longed for. The very person he tries to kill was the very person that is showing the love and care that Kenta should have gotten from Pete and Tony. Meanwhile, we see Pete catching Chris smoking, which shocked him. Everything was going great until Pete said that he likes the smell of the cigarettes, and Chris then asked if Wade liked smoking too. The pause says everything. What if mentally he got messed up in the head and forgot he is Wade and went on living as Chris because even if he is Wade, then old Abbott dies hard. Meanwhile, being drunk and alone outside somewhere, Alan secretly called Babe and told Babe where Charlie is staying. Alan then told Babe that as soon as he got the information, he had to tell Babe, but Babe must promise not to tell that Alan was the one that gave him this information. Meanwhile, Charlie went to Babe only to see the place is empty and has a lot of beer cans. He then went to the bar thinking that Babe is at the bar but ended up encountering Sonic and Narth. They admit they know of Charlie and Babe's situation and tries to give Charlie advice, but Charlie said they can't give him advice when they themselves have problems too. But just like an evil character from a game, Willies just keep popping up from a difficult level. Charlie have had enough of Willie, so they came up with a race deal. If Charlie wins, Willie will leave Babe alone, and if Charlie loses, Willie must also leave Babe alone. The race is about to start, and Narth doesn't believe Charlie's skill to even beat Willie, but still out here praising Charlie and telling him to try. I must say, Milt did so good with how he acted and portrayed his character. They raced, but in the end, it was a tie, so the deals not count if they have a tie. But just then, we see Willie approaching Tony. Yes, it is now confirmed that the person Tony set to follow the Pit Babe crew is Willie. Willie revealed that Charlie has the ability Babe has, which means it makes Babe normal, and all these conversation was witnessed by Charlie. Tony told Willie that his plan is to let Willie get rid of everyone around Babe, but leave both Babe and Charlie because he has plans, very important plans. Amazing. It took Charlie one episode to find out everything while Babe is struggling all 6 episodes. Meanwhile, Babe still has nightmares, but the difference is Charlie's not there to hold and comfort Babe. Babe tries to call Charlie, but Charlie did not want to answer. All he keeps thinking about is what Tony told Willie. It's the race day, and Babe and Charlie is giving off negative energy. The tension is real. Alan then reminds them that any issue they have, they must not put it out in the field. For now, they must act professional, but later work out their issues. These two are characters that nobody really likes of the game, but they are strong characters. In the end, Babe came first, Charlie came second, leaving Willie to come third. Later after the race, Babe confronted Charlie on why he never went to win the race because clearly he could. Charlie then said he couldn't do that, also said that he was just going by the plan. With all these seriousness aside, Babe finds ways to go in his way to have a couple of seconds of kisses. Because Charlie backed away from these kisses, Babe then asks if Charlie doesn't love him anymore or wants to be with him anymore. Charlie tells Babe he still loves him, but with everything going on, he needs time. But Babe made it clear that he cannot give Charlie the time that he needs because he already gave him already. Charlie then tells Babe that in the race he never intentionally let Babe win. He gave his best, but he could never win against Babe. I'm telling you, sex solves anything with these two lovebirds. Okay guys, that is the end of my personal recap on episode 6 of PitBabe series 2. Stay tuned for episode 7.